I'll show you the best way and the proper way to replace a hose end. This one is nicely corroded on there, so we're gonna have to chop it off. I get these, you can buy them at hardware stores or online from China for a couple bucks. Sometimes they come as a set with the male and female ends. This is a 5/8 size. They come in the smaller 3/4 and 1/2 inch and whatnot. It has to be GHT, garden hose thread. Now you usually get one of those nasty worm gear hose clamps, which of course is the jagged end on it, and they're just absolutely terrible. The proper thing to use is these double-eared cinch clamps. They come in single ear as well, and various sizes. This one happens to be a 23mm, which I find works quite well for the 5/8 inch hose, which is the most standard. The other thing you're going to need is a torch, which is going to make this a lot easier, and some silicone lubricant, which I've already applied to the connector itself. So first I'm going to start by getting a nice clean cut with this tin snip here. And you want the cut to be as straight as possible. You can see this is just totally seized in here. There's no way that's coming out. This is all one solid piece aluminum. And then we'll put the clamp on first. You can see how there's quite a bit of room there in between because the hose is going to press out. And then we'll warm it up nicely with the torch, being careful not to melt and burn the hose. You want to get it just so that it's nice and squishy. Not too much. Now, the other thing I like to do is apply some silicone lubricant around here where the cinch clamp is going to go around. I'll show you why in a second. And then we're going to raise the cinch clamp. And this is going to slide right in there, like that. So the silicone lubricant allows this to kind of spin freely while we pinch it down. And I'm going to start doing a little bit on one side and a little bit on the other side. And what we're trying to avoid is pinching the hose inside there, because sometimes they can leak. So you want to get it as even as possible. And putting the silicone lubricant allows this to slip a little bit so that it doesn't pinch the hose. And you want to try and get the largest size one that you can find that won't pinch the hose. As I say, the 23mm I find works quite well. So I'm going to finish clamping this down, and I'll show you how it works. And you'll see that as we pinch on one side opens, so you kind of got to work it back and forth. The other thing you can do is kind of pinch a little bit farther back here to get it to start to close. Okay, so here's the clamp on, and I've put an adjutage on the end over here, and we can see that it's not leaking and it's holding quite nicely. And of course this is a pressurized end. So there you go, a nice clean proper connection on the garden hose without that nasty hose clamp hanging off there.